Today I'm going to be showing you how to change the air filter, spark plug, and change the oil out on this Honda Push Mower. First up, what we want to do is find the proper oil. So this is just a Briggs & Stratton brand premium 4-cycle engine oil. All push mowers, all 21-inch push mowers use about the same. Use the same type of oil. You can't really mess it up. It's nothing crazy. All right, so first step we're gonna do is put our air filter on. We're gonna put the backing, the rubber portion, to the frame of the mower itself, the plastic housing here. Make sure it's nice and snug. If you have the improper filter, it will not fit. Proper filter should just stay right on there, and you won't have to hold it on there. And then what we want to do, we want to take a cover. If you don't have a cover, like I didn't, I had to go to a local store where I got the air filter from. They usually have spares, or in some cases, used ones if it's an older model. So what we're gonna do is, now we're just gonna put the air filter cover on. And all it is we snap the top in. Some of these are kind of tricky because you gotta either do the front or the top first. So on this one, we're gonna do the bottom first, and then the top, it just snaps right in like that. That's how you do it. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is change the spark plug. So all I have here is a ratchet. I have a 13/16 spark plug remover. Most toolkits, starter toolkits, come with these. If not, I recommend just getting a 13/16. You fit most small machines like this. So what we're gonna do then is loosen it up. These are you don't have to go crazy with these. Usually it's just one turn and it should pop right out. You don't want to tighten them too much because then you can risk breaking it on the inside. But this is the old one. You see just how black on top it is and how burnt out it is compared to the new one here. Now, obviously this one's brand new, this one's years old, but if you look on the top, you see it's definitely more darker. And that's how you know you're supposed to change these out. I'd recommend changing these probably every year before you start using it for the season. All right, so all we're gonna do then is put it back in the socket, the new one. What you can do with these, you can just get them in there and get them hand tight. Like I said, you don't want to go crazy tightening these because they're pretty fragile for what they're worth. It's not worth it to go overboard. All you gotta really do is give it one good turn. If I can manage to do that. Yep, so that's really all you need. And now with your spark plug cap, you can clean these out. If you have a compressor, you can blow it out with the air. Usually it should be fine. You only really need to replace these if you're really having problems starting the mower and it won't start. Even after you replace the spark plug, then you'll have to look into getting a new harness, the wiring harness for this to replace. And then once you're done, all you do is just put the spark plug cap back on. All right, so now this is the oil plug. So my only gripe with these little machines, there's really no good way to drain the oil out of them. So what you gotta do majority of the time is you gotta tip them over. So basically what we're gonna do, this requires about half a liter of cycle 4 engine oil, which is essentially this whole tub here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tip this mower over and put it on a drain pan, and then we'll get the old oil out, and then we'll add the new oil in. All right, so this is the device I've gotten to drain the oil out of the mower. Now, there has better ways. With this stuff, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, like I said, there's lots of ways to do this. I'm not gonna say my way is any better, but however you can get this thing up on its side and tipped over without spilling so much on the floor, it's the way to go, man. Out. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a new 4-cycle of oil. Personally, I would rather change the oil on a bigger machine. I feel like it creates a little less mess. But anytime you're changing the oil on anything, it's very easy to make a mess. Very, very quickly. All right, so got all the oil drained in. I'll let it sit in the funnel for another couple seconds. Yeah, this is it's a pretty straightforward process once you do it a couple times. And it's the same process on anything except for these push mowers. There is no oil filter. All we're doing here is changing the oil. We're not changing any filter related with oil at all. So now we're gonna clean off our dipstick. Put our dipstick back in, all the way on, make sure it's nice and tight. Pull it out. What I like to do is wipe it off once and then do the same process again. All right, now we got the dipstick out, and if you can see right there, it is dripping nice and clear oil, good to the bone, perfect. All right, so then all we're gonna do, put the cap back on, twist it, and we're good to go. I want to say thanks for joining me and how to service your Honda Push Mower. I'm pretty new to these videos and doing these tutorials, but if you guys like them, want to see more, please let me know. I enjoy doing them. It's just a process for me to get more used to the camera and to multitask while doing the project. Thanks, guys.